This project enabled us to collaborate with the collections team, with a published writer and with one of our local schools. And we brought children from the school to the museum store to select some examples of our hidden art store. And the students were allowed to unveil the artwork where it's normally curtained to protect it from the light. They unveiled it and they chose the artworks that they felt a really strong connection with. And the artworks that they chose were quite surprising to us. But we brought them back here, and then the rest of Year 10 came to the museum on 3 separate workshop days, and they did some creative writing stimulated by the artworks that they chose.
So we targeted Year 10 because they've had a very challenging year, as any school child has, but it's such an important year for them, Year 10. They're doing the bulk of their GCSE work and they'll be sitting exams in Year 11. So we chose Year 10 because we realised we needed to give them a much needed boost, and to re-engage them with the act of creative writing.
And then we're going to work quite closely with the teachers to create a resource that schools can use in the future to repeat the project.
So for me, the project was about inspiring young people to connect with something on their doorstep, but even more fundamentally, to have an opinion, to learn outside of the classroom, to come see these wonderful buildings, these wonderful things, and to offer something.
Another really exciting thing about the project was working with our fantastic writer, Ioney Smallhorne, who performs in a way that makes the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. And what she was able to do live was to show young people how that creative process happens. And it's a process that we called during the project, collect, connect, create. So she showed the students how she collects inspiration, how she looks for things and how she notes things down. Then she showed them how she makes a very personal connection with what she looks at and how she draws on her own frames of reference, her own vocabulary, her own memories to make those connections with her inspiration. And then she showed them how the creative process happened and how lengthy that drafting process goes on for. And it was really exciting to see that happen in real time. And the students worked with her and then had the opportunity to see her work and their own work performed on stage.
The highlight for me was the very first day when I took 12 students out in a minibus. Of course, we've done all the planning for this during lockdown, so to take them out of school is a real achievement. We did it in a really safe way. Took them out in the minibus and took them to the archives, and it's honestly like a treasure trove. You wouldn't know it from the road. It looks like a warehouse.
I was met with like a Roman sandal, wonderful paintings, and it was just, there's so much life, and that sounds like such a strange thing to say in this like cold, dark storeroom, but each object and painting was like a puzzle piece to someone else's life, and I was really happy to see the young people engage with it in a similar way.
And then the look on their faces when they realised there was over 1,000 years of local history all stored away. It was like all their Christmases had come at once. They were so thankful when they got back. It only really sunk in when they were back in school, back in reality. They've gone through artefacts from the Civil War, from recent history, from Anglo-Saxon Roman history, and they were fortunate enough to be able to put on gloves and handle some of the most incredible artefacts.
They were asking questions and they were making suggestions, and they were just so engaged.
And it was really thrilling to enable young people from Newark to come and have a look and bring the artwork to life with their own eyes, and to give them the freedom really to have a look around and to engage with what we have.
They've gone from strength to strength to get out of the classroom, use the skills from the classroom in the real world, and to really come on with their creative writing. So we're viewing it as the front of an ongoing wave.
And watching them walk around an art exhibition, possibly for the first time ever in their lives, and choose an artwork that they felt that particularly meant something to them was really exciting.
I think to have planned this at the best of times is an achievement, but to have come off and planned this during the national lockdown and COVID with all the restrictions, I think is an amazing achievement. I couldn't have asked for any more.